Hi, everybody. It's Sam Bennett from the organizedartistcompany.com, and welcome to this special edition of Sam Unscripted. What do I want to say about this? So, let's just breathe and pray, and then I'll talk. How about that? So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. We might do that a couple of times. We'll do it at least 3 times, maybe more. And then we'll see what happens next. You ready? Let's inhale. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel the light inside of your body. Feel your spine as though it is a beam of light. Allow that beam of light to grow in intensity, to extend through the length of your body. Allow it to extend down into the earth, to connect you with the earth, to connect you with all that has gone before, to drop in to all that is the earth, and to extend out through the top of your head to connect you with the stars, to connect you with the sky, to connect you with the clouds, to connect you to all that has not yet become. And feel the energy as it circles from heaven through you to the earth and back up through someone else, up through the top of their head to heaven and back down through you, circling around through all of us, through all of us, through all the trees and all the animals and even the rocks themselves, creating a giant net, a skein like yarn of energy, interwoven, interconnected, all the same. All the same. Feel the energy of this coursing through you. If you need more energy in your life, then dial it up. Pull it in. You cannot demand too much of this net. You cannot overwhelm this net. You cannot hide from this net. You cannot be alone or apart from this net. It is you. It is part of you. It is expressing as you. It cannot be wrong. It cannot do wrong. There is no past or future. There is only now. And what is now must be perfect because it is now. Feel it. Relax back into it. Allow it to support you. Allow it to hold you up. Drop, 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 drop what you have been holding. Drop what you have been holding. Drop the idea that you are confused. Drop the idea that you are broke. Drop the idea that there is any part of you that is unlovable or unnecessary. Drop it. Set it down. Set your burden down. Set down your grief. Set down your aloneness. Set down your stubbornness. Sit down on the side of the road. Set your bundles down next to you like cats. Just sit there. Don't do. Don't rush. Don't have a thought. Feel your heart beat. Feel the breath go in and out of you. Feel how you are supported in this every very moment. There is nothing you need that you don't have in this very moment. There is nothing that is not possible for you. Don't do, don't rush. Stop thinking. Be. Allow the energy and spirits. Allow Jesus himself. Allow the animals in the air to come near you, to swarm near you. Those that have gone before you are whispering from behind the veil, we love you. You're doing great. We love you and you're doing great. Don't rush, don't think. Be in this moment with yourself. Be on the side of the road. Set your burdens down. Maybe there's some more that have popped up. Take them off of you. You can pick them back up later. Just set them down for now. Set down your identity. Set down your desire to be liked. Set down the frantic need to be approved of. Set down the idea that there is any lack or absence or shortage of anything anywhere. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel the air on your skin. Feel gravity. Become aware again of the net. Feel yourself as part, an inextricable and critical part of this whole. Stop fighting. We love you and you're doing great. Let your hands be loose. Stay. Don't wander. Stay. Don't rush to answers. Stay in this moment. Stay in not knowing. Feel the forgiveness for not knowing. It's like rain comes down and washes the dust off of you. You are warm and safe. You are needed and loved. You are perfect, whole, and complete. There is nothing wrong with you. And your ego will fight that. Do you see it throwing its little tantrum? You say, I love you, ego. You are loved and you're doing great. So together we gather in this circle, sitting down by the side of the road with our burdens and our stories and our excuses. The same 57 negative thoughts that we have been thinking since we were 12, we have set aside for now. You seek transformation, you are in the place of transformation. You seek a new life, you are in the place of a new life. You can relax. You've made it. Congratulations. You found it. You can stay like this. This is the real world. This is the real world. This you, this calm, amused, secret, silent, sacred, sarcastic you is in the real world right now. This feeling you have right now is from you. I did not give you this feeling. You created this feeling for you. And you can do this anytime. Anytime. All the time. Will that make you different than everyone else? Yes. But you are already different from everyone else. Everyone is different from everyone else, and exactly the same as everyone else. Keep your eyes on your own paper. You hold the world in your hands. See the world. See the glowing orb of the world in your hands. Feel the love of the world, the patience of the world, the patience of the sky, the patience of the earth. Stay. Do not rush out of this. Cultivate this. If you want a world in which you feel less overwhelmed, then you must stay like this. You must reject overwhelm as a possibility in your life. If you want a life in which you are more self-loving and productive, then you must stay. You must stop all that is not self-loving and lean into the love of productivity. And if you want to slow down, then slow down. Stop letting other people bully you. I can hear them now, pounding on the outside of this little glass dome that we've got going. They want you to participate with them in stupid conversations about things that don't matter. We love them. Look how great they're doing. You do not need to participate. They don't need you. Give up the illusion that they need you. They don't need you. They're going to have to live without you eventually. They don't need you. Or rather, the you that they need is here. The you that the world needs is here. Quiet. Calm. In love with life. Amen. Thank you for doing this with me. We've got some people on Facebook. There's Andy Mersman. Hi, Andy. There's Crystal. I guess I'm just going to answer questions. I'm going to talk about this program I have. If you want to apply for it, you have to apply and then do an interview. It's not, oops. It's not really for everybody. And today is the last day to apply, or tomorrow's the last day to apply. So here, I'll put that up a couple of times. So the first question I'll answer is from Keiko, who's actually in the 365 Club Pro program. See, she gets special treatment because she's in the program. She says, I think my number one question for Sam is, why don't I feel like working lately? This has never happened to me before. I turn my inner eye toward what I have planned to do, and it's like there's a wall there instead. Yeah, that happens. That happens. And Keiko, because you are such a naturally productive person, because you are so committed, and I have seen the effects of decision-making in your life. And for all of you, if you're wondering, like, what's the magic secret of successful people? It is that they make decisions fast. They make a lot of decisions. They just move from decision to decision to decision to decision. Like, you make a decision, it turns out to be wrong, you make the next decision, you go, you go, you go. Money loves decisions, money loves speed. And I have seen Keiko, like, turn her life in a fairly dramatic fashion from where she was a year ago to where she is now. So knowing that that's her, and if this is you, if you are also a naturally productive person, a naturally decisive person, if you know yourself to be the kind of person who pretty much gets things done, and you find yourself not getting things done, I would stay in a state of noticing. I wouldn't push that. I have a saying in my own life that is doing what has to be done. Doing what has to be done. It's like an essence statement of mine. Doing what has to be done. And what I've learned in living with that phrase is that, first of all, the phrase is not doing everything that needs to be done for everyone all the time. It's just doing what has to be done. So I can kind of, I've spent a lot of years trying to learn to trust myself that if I am doing something, it is because it needs to be done. And if I am not doing something, it's because it doesn't need to be done. Or it doesn't need to be done by me, or it doesn't need to be done right now. And if it's something I really feel it should be done, like, no, really, like the new book, I've been like, I am so not writing that book right now. That's unusual. And I try to feel into it a little bit. Sometimes I can tell the difference between when I'm just being resistant and afraid and when I'm just, it's just not time. So I can't always tell the difference. That's why I have a coach. That's why I take other people's workshops and classes so that I can tell the difference, or I can have them push me so I can find out when I do it. But yeah, for now, I would just stay in a state of noticing, like, wow, I super noticed me not doing that thing. And just keep showing up to the question, like, is today the day? Today's not the day. Is today the day? Today's not the day. And if you really want the result of what you think that activity is there another way to do it? Could I just pay someone to do this? Could I just cross this off the list totally? Could I just something? Good. Somebody asked a question in the Q&A that they also, I think I saw this question come in. So clearly it's congratulations, you've come to the front of the line. So the question is, how do I balance a busy coaching practice with starting my acting career and writing without burning out? The answer is you don't burn out. Don't let yourself burn out. Schedule your time. You have 24 hours a day, the same as all of us. You have as much time as all of us have. So sleep, eat, walk, cuddle, do whatever prayer, meditation, creative expression you need to keep your flame alive, and then do the next right thing. Do the next right thing, do the next right thing, do the next right thing. You can't solve all the problems at once. You're never going to get everything done. You're not supposed to. You're not going to do it right. You're not supposed to. But refuse to burn out. Refuse to get overwhelmed. You take care of you. You are the engine pulling the train. You must be in top condition. You are the talent. The talent needs rest. The talent needs a massage. The talent needs to pace herself. And then you just do the next right thing and do the next right thing and do the next right thing. But it can all happen. You can have all of it. You don't need to do it in turns. You don't need to wait. You know, especially with acting, and you know, there's a fair amount of that that's kind of outside of your immediate control anyway. So, you know, you can sort of do other things and then attend to the auditions and stuff as they pop up. Get a calendar link, get a scheduler, keep your calendar, keep it inviolate, you know. Yeah. That's my thought. But yeah, just refuse to burn out. Oh, there's Keiko. She says, thank you. You're welcome, darling. I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of all the people in Pro. They've achieved incredible things. You know, this is my VIP program. It's a higher level program. It's not super expensive. I could probably charge 3 or 4 times more for it than I do. But I like feeling like what I'm offering you is an unbelievable bargain. And you get a lot. You get grandfathered into all my other programs, or most of my other programs, through the course of the year. And it's easy. It's just a weekly call. That's it. There's not homework. There's not, I mean, there is if you want homework, but it's really about giving you the information you need, because some of you just don't know. Nobody ever told you about how to price your products so that you could make a profit. Nobody ever told you how to market in a way that felt really great to you. Nobody told you how to follow up with someone and not feel like you were intruding. You know, it's not your fault, just nobody ever bothered to teach you. So it's giving you a fair amount of, you know, tips and strategies and tactics and information. But then it's also just a lot of inner work and mindset, because that's about 51% of it, maybe 100% of it, maybe 99. I don't know. Karen asks, hi, Sam. I'm in the process of building a platform to create and share from. Am I a personal brand doing art, crazy design objects, and creativity coaching workshops under one umbrella in my own name, or 2 different websites, or does something else come up for you? Yeah, it sounds to me like one thing, Karen. One site. Keep it simple, keep it elegant. If it needs to be 2 sites later, you'll know. But just, yeah, one thing is fine. And under your own name is fine. Um, Simple and elegant. And you know, this question, it's a good question. I remember somebody asking me this question before Get It Done got published of like, am I branding myself or am I branding the business? You know, are the books the Organized Artist Company presents or are the books Sam Bennett presents? And I had never thought about that before. And I was really resistant to it being me personally. In a lifetime of being an actor, I realized I had never actually asked myself if it was okay with me if I got famous. So I had to sort of go deep on that. And I invite you into that question right now. Is it okay with you if you get famous? And remember, we're still sitting on the side of the road. I'm not interested in your mother's opinion. I'm not interested in your college boyfriend's opinion. Your old soul. And do you get the same answer I get? Like when I go to my deepest, oldest soul part and say, is it okay with you if I get famous? My old soul's like, sure. Whatever. Sure, kid, take all the gumballs. Like, it seems sort of a ridiculous question from the perspective of eternity. But I still had to ask it, you know, I had to get in there and I didn't know if I was doing it right. I kept the Organized Artist Company under the Organized Artist Company. There's a little bit, again, this is a good example, right? There's the practical tips. I mean, if you are building a business that you want to sell eventually, then you probably do want to do it under another name because it's easier to sell when the identity of the business is not tied to your personal identity. But if you're not building a business to sell, then you know, there's not a right answer. You just live the answer, live the answer, live the answer. And so I was resistant to do video for so long. It's like I didn't want it to be about me, but then I realized, well, what else is it about? So there you go. I think it's all one thing, Karen. Michelle says, I love that question. Is it okay with me if I get famous? Yeah, is it? Because if it's not, you know, you're going to have a hard time. Kathleen says, what's the mindset to overcome upper limiting ourselves about money? That's a great question, and I think a question a lot of people have. All right, well, I got a bunch of questions about money, so let's just, should we pray about it a little bit? All right. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we are gathered in a circle on the side of the road. And we have set down our burdens. We have set down our big fat ideas about who we are and what we deserve. We have set down our observations about other people. We breathe. We feel the air on our skin. We feel the net as it supports us. We envision the net. We envision that giant interconnected web of energy as it extends out from us and through others and back and through heaven and the sky and back through the earth and through time and back. It's all one thing. We see that energy, and you can imagine the light. Imagine light traveling through from me to you, a thought, a meme. That's what a meme is. It's how an idea travels. We see a thought travel. And now, instead of a light or a thought, imagine money. Imagine the money swirling around from person through you, through me, back out around in the earth, down, up, around in the earth, through you, out of you, through you, out to other people, back into you, out to other people. It's an endless flow of energy. There is no shortage of money. There is no lack of money. You can fend off the money, you can swat it away to a certain degree, but some of it gets in anyway. You can't stop it. There has always been money flowing into your life. It's part of our human expression, like food. You can fight with it, but it's still coming. So what if it flowed? How much money wants to flow to you? Notice, don't rush, don't run, sit, sit. Don't rush to conclusions. You don't know the answer to this. Be in the not knowing of the answer to this. Be in the not knowing of the answer to this. Say, I don't know. I don't know how much money wants to find me. I don't know how big my bank account wants to be. I am in the not knowing. I am ignorant of how much money wants to find me. I am ignorant of how big my bank account wants to be. I release the idea that I have ever known. I let my bank account be as big as it wants to be. I let the money that wants to find me, find me. I treat it lovingly and with respect, the way I do all the energy that comes to my life. I treat my food with respect. I treat my friends with respect. I treat my money with respect. I treat it like I like it. How do I treat money like I like it? You don't know the answer to this question. Be in the space of noticing that you don't know. Don't even be curious yet. It is possible. Let there be a tiny crack in the world that says it is possible for me to treat money as though I like it. As though I am fond of it, as though I respect it. I understand its limitations. Or maybe I don't. I sit in the place of knowing that I don't know what money can do. I set down my burdens. I set down my story. I set down my judgment. I set down the old patterns. I set down the endless noise that other people make about money. And I be here very quiet, watching the money flow through this giant net. Indifferent, loving, perfect, whole, complete. I can allow. I can allow. I don't have to push or manhandle or hit or swat or strangle. Have you been strangling the money? Apologize. You're forgiven. Allow the money to be as big as the money wants to be. Allow the success of your projects to be as big as they want to be. Don't be in charge of it. Don't be in charge of it. Be in respectful collaboration with it. Be in respectful collaboration with your body. Be in respectful collaboration with food. Be in respectful collaboration with medicine. You don't know. Humble yourself. Relax. Relax. Drop down into it. You have all the money you need right now. You have enough money to sit here with me right now. This is reality. And the ego wants to fight. No, Sam, but I need it. I need more. I don't have enough. This is reality. You have enough. This is reality. More money is trying to find you. It's already found you. It's right in front of you. Stop the tantrum. Stop the I don't know. Stop the I can'ts. Stop it. Breathe. Be here. If the money you think you need was right in front of you, if 10 times the money you think you need was right in front of you, picture it there, like a puppy. Picture your money puppy. What does this money puppy want to do for you? What does it need you to do? Who does your money puppy need you to be? Morgana Ray talks about your money lover. Maybe it's a lover. Maybe it's a pool of water. Maybe it's air. Don't speak for it. Let it speak to you. This is reality. So we can see from here how the illusion of a limit around money is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And we notice how we don't believe there's a limit on anything else or on much else. Like we don't feel like, oh, there's not going to be enough strawberry jam. What if I don't have enough peanut butter for my old age? We don't even worry about running out of gas in the car. We're like, well, I'll get more gas. Need more money, get more money. What if I run out of air? It's possible. Have to put yourself in some pretty extreme circumstances to run out of air, but you could. But in general, you don't run around thinking about it, worrying about it, or creating a construct in which you do. Let the money be your air. Veronica says it's totally a puppy. I love that image. But he's like, hey, what you want to do? You want to play? Hey, what's going on? Look, there's more puppies. Puppies love more puppies. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's see what we got here. How do I keep my energy up when I get so busy doing the crap I have to do for my software company to make ends meet? Get somebody else to do the stuff that drains you, John. CEO behavior. Here's the thing, you guys. You got to stop thinking like everybody else. If you're a business owner, you do not live in the same world as everybody else. If you're a creative artist, you do not live in the same world as everybody else. You see things differently. You have a different approach. You have a different understanding of the way the world unfolds. You have to lean into that. You know, the world says, stay busy, get all your work done, clean your plate. That's not what business owners do. That's not what CEOs do. That's not what creative people do. We know sometimes there's a long fermentation period. It looks like nothing's happening. But in fact, we're cogitating, we're waiting, we're percolating, where the field has to lay fallow for a while. We know that. We can be patient through that. We've been through that before. There's the point in every project where it looks like it's never going to work. We know that. We're okay with that. The rest of the world doesn't know about that so much. But we know next right action, next right action, next right action, next right action. We don't know the end of the story yet. CEOs have an obligation to the business to stay in your zone of genius, not the zone of things you do well, not the zone of things other people like you to do. Your zone of genius, the things you do so brilliantly and effortlessly, no one else can touch you. That's where your time and energy has to go. And it's not hard to keep your energy up to do those things because you love those things because you're brilliant at them. Right? I don't have to force myself to do this. I like doing this. I want to do this. This is my business. This is what I do. The other stuff, you got to farm it out. You got to find the right people. And that's a serious thing that we could talk about. But get that shit off your plate. It doesn't mean you abdicate. You don't stop paying attention to it, but you make it somebody else's responsibility, and you find a genius and you pay them well. Find geniuses, pay them really well. Show them as much love as you can. And they're out there. I'm working with a producer right now, and she's amazing. She's amazing. And I said to her the other day, I'm like, am I paying you enough? You're amazing. Can I pay you more? She was like, oh no, that's so sweet of you to say. I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like, I would very much like to write you a check. Like, they're out there. They're out there. So quit doing the crap that wears you out and just do the stuff that lights you up. And you know, I don't mean that in the childlike way. You know what I mean. Okay, good. Wendy says, how to stop self-sabotaging my success in all areas of my life and how to allow myself to find the right path niche versus the one I feel I should walk. Yeah, so that's, I got a couple questions about self-sabotage. Let me see if I can find a few of the others and answer them all at once. How can I break my habit of losing steam and slowing down just as the project idea intention ignites? Just as I begin to fly, I seem to throw a truckload of well-meaning reasons why my idea is actually terrible, dangerous, meaningless into the path ahead. That was from Kate. Chris says, how do I get past blocks that seem to never allow me to move forward with confidence and to finally achieve the success in my life that I deserve? Yeah. How to overcome my fear of failure. I have many business ideas to release me from the golden handcuffs of my 20-year corporate career, but I hold back from executing any of them. Enough already. I'm depriving myself of true growth and happiness I need a holding hand and permission to be brave. Yeah, so all those are, you know, we see those as the same, basically the same question. So we understand that that's a universal question, right? So it's not you. It's not a question you have to solve for you. And when I mean universal question, the universal questions are like, how do I be a good partner to my love, to my beloved? That's a universal question. We all have that question, but it's a different answer for everybody. So we don't get stuck on the question, like, why don't I know how to be a good beloved? And I go, oh, no, I look for the opportunity to be a good beloved. I keep my attention on being a good beloved and being good to my beloved. I open myself up to the possibility that I don't even know how good of a beloved I can be. I drop the story that there is some not knowing happening here. And really what I think this is, and my mentor used to like beat me with a stick about this because it so hung me up for so long. But this is about the need to be approved of and the need to be right. This is about the need to be approved of and the need to be right. The need to be liked. The need to be seen as good. The need to be seen as productive. The need to be seen as smart. And you got to drop it. You've got to drop it. Like poison. And the way to start is with the inquiry. Is this me needing to be right again? Is this me needing to be approved of? Is this me needing to be right? And like, it's an ongoing thing and you can't always do it perfectly. I just had a situation the other day that came up and I was hurt and disappointed and they were mad and I was mad and, you know. And I think there's going to be some decisions that have to be made because of that, what happened. But I know I can't make them right now because I'm still in the conversation about like, let's talk some more about how right I am and how wrong you are. I'm like, I can't make a decision from that space. I have to wait for my ego to calm down until I can start to see how wrong I am and how right she is. It hurts. But this is what spiritual maturity looks like, right? So drop this big fucking idea that there's some right way, because there's not a right way. And the other thing is the terror barrier. The terror barrier is a real thing. And it happens when you make a change, when you start to do things differently. It's like, I always say the universe is having a yard sale on all your old shit, right? You make a change, you make a decision, you start to move in a direction, and the universe is like, oh, but wait, we had all this for you. Are you sure you don't want it? And that's like, you know, when the old lover calls and says, hey, want to hang out? You know? It's when your old job boss calls and say, hey, would you like this job back and a little bit more money? It's the dragons at the gate, and you have to stop. And shit will blow apart too. I mean, it's not just that. It's not just the yard sale. It's like, also, someone will get terribly ill. There will be a massive financial crisis. Your dog's legs will fall off. The roof will cave in. Like, shit will just blow apart, and you'll be like, well, there's no possible way I could move forward on my big plan when all this shit is happening. No, it's just the terror barrier. And I don't know if there's something in changing the way you are that causes all this crap to happen. It seems to me that some of it's kind of out of your control. Sometimes shit just happens, but you are perceiving it differently because you have made a shift. So you have to stay in that shift. This is what I keep saying. This is reality. This is reality. You have to face the problems differently. You can't just snap back to like, oh, but my kids need me, so I guess I just can never have the career that I want because my kids need me. Or, oh, you know, I want to be responsible, so I can't start that business. I just have to, you know, keep working at this soul-sucking job that I hate, that I'm having stress illnesses from, but I guess that's just the way it has to be. No. Sit down on the side of the road, set the burdens down, watch it burn. Watch it burn. Things are going to transform. Watch it burn. Do what you have to do. But if you really want I was going to say if you really want your creative voice out in the world, but that's not even really what we're talking about, is it? It's like there's a clay version of you on the outside of you, and you're walking around in this stiff clay suit. And you have to break out of it. And it feels like the world is falling apart. And every animal instinct in you says, stay safe, stop, don't do. But it's your natural expression. It's who you are. And when you're doing it, I was gonna say when you're doing it, it's not that bad, but sometimes it is. I remember having a conversation with Leonore. Some of you know Leonore Chia. She's my team leader and head coach and the person who's kind of in charge of me. And I was in the lobby of a hotel. I was speaking at a conference somewhere, and I don't remember what had blown it. We had tried something really big and it just had totally blown apart. And we were like in that laughing, crying thing. And finally I said, oh yeah, all is emptiness and horror. And we still, I don't know why we thought that was so funny, but we did. We still say it to each other. All is emptiness and horror. So let me just normalize the experience for you. Yeah, you're gonna want to self-sabotage. The world will explode in your face. People will scream at you. Things will break apart. Like huge crises will come up, and you'll believe, oh no, this is a sign I shouldn't do it. No. Keep walking. Watch it burn. But this is why you have to get in community with people, right? This is why, here, I'm going to give you this link again because I really want you to do this work. So fill out the application. There's no obligation. You know, if I won't let you in the program if it's not right for you. Some of you had that conversation with me where I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is right for you. On the other hand, it's been a year and I haven't had anybody quit yet. And I've got a satisfaction guaranteed or your tuition cheerfully refunded policy, which means I could be on the hook for giving people back a lot of money. But I'm happy to do that because I believe in what I'm doing and I believe in you. So, but you got to get in community with other people who are doing it because again, this is where you got to be different, right? This is where you got to be different. You can't, other people aren't doing this. They're too afraid. The voices in their head are too loud. They believe that that critical voice is real. They believe that the world's constructs are real. We know they're not real. We're sitting here on the side of the road. We set down the voice that says, oh, you must succeed in your life. Oh, it's important that people respect you. Oh, it's important that you not go bankrupt. Oh, it's important that all your relationships succeed. Oh, it's important that you stay married forever. Oh, it's important that your children be perfect. Oh, it's important that you are thin and beautiful. None of that shit is true. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? None of that shit is true. So quit acting like it's true. Truth is true. Truth is true. Martin says, I think my number one question for Sam is how can one deal with overwhelm at all the artwork marketing options? Yeah, again, see, you're coming at this from the wrong, like there's a right way. Like you're going to fuck it up. You're not going to fuck it up. But you have to do something. And when you do something, something will happen. And now I'm seeing your project, your artwork like a bird in a cage, like it's fluttering against the cage, like it wants to get out. And you're like, no, I can't let you out until I know what part of the sky you're going to fly to. Like, no, just let it out. Let it out. Let it out in the easiest, most elegant way possible. What's the simplest way? What can you do right now? Right now, in 15 minutes with the budget you have, what can you do right now? Quit trying to solve problems 5 years from now. I see this all the time. They're like, well, I don't know. Should it be a podcast or a blog? Or I don't know. I don't know either. Make a video, put it up on Facebook, put it on YouTube. See what happens. See if anybody cares. I don't know what the book is yet. I don't know either. Start writing. Get it out there. See what people respond to. They'll tell you. They will tell you. Believe me, they will tell you. You don't know. Stop thinking you know because you don't know. Be in the space of not knowing. Be in the space of not knowing because you don't know. So just start doing something. Stop thinking that there's a right or wrong or that you're going to screw it up or that it's important that you do it right. Just use your natural intuition. Use your empathy. What does your work want? What does it want to be? Who wants to see it? Who's in need of your work? What problems are you solving? Who's in need of your work and where are they? How do they like to work? You know, do they like to text? Do they like to be on Facebook? Do they like Instagram? Do they like to listen to, I don't know. My friend Shiloh used to just set up a bunch of paintings on her front lawn and sit there with them until people walk by. And then she'd talk to them. And if they wanted to buy something, she would just sort of like tune into spirit and pick a price and they'd buy it and leave. It's not a bad way to run a business. It's not a conventional way to run a business, but it worked for her. Refuse to be overwhelmed. Refuse to be overwhelmed. Jan says, get past blocks and challenges. Yeah, you get past blocks and challenges by getting past blocks and challenges. You know, what do you want? Yeah, what do you want? And start from what you want, not what you think you can do. Start from what you want. And if you think, what do I want for dinner tonight? And you think, well, I want something different for dinner. I'm tired of my same old thing. I want something new. Okay, what is the new thing? Well, I don't know. Maybe something spicy. Okay, well, let's do a little research. Maybe 5 minutes. Google it. And where are the ingredients? Not in my house. Okay, good. Where are they? Well, they're out there. Okay, good. Go out there. Get them. Bring them back. Are these blocks and challenges? Is it a challenge that you don't have the spices in your house? I guess, but then you go get them. Or you have someone go get them. Or you substitute. Or, you know, like you just solve the problem. Solve the problem. This is what you guys are great at. You're the best problem solvers on the planet. That's what the creative mind does. It solves problems. It puts things together in unusual ways. It has a high tolerance for risk and uncertainty. Marcy says, I'm just starting to envision what a membership program would look like for my art biz. Does your intuition have anything to say about what my first steps should focus on? Yeah, so from a business perspective, a membership program is a great plan. I would do that if I were you. But I guess I would think mostly about what will support your people the most. What will support your people the most? I'll tell you how I created 365 Club Pro. It was originally a 10-month, I think it was a $15,000 program. If you bought it at one of my events, I think it was 10, but the ticket price was the sticker price was 15. It was a great program and people were doing it year after year after year. So I realized people need an ongoing support. but it was also a lot, you know, it was a lot to do. It was a lot of doing. And I thought, let's streamline this. Let's make it easier to consume and easier to deliver. So it's just a weekly call now, every Thursday, easy. There's a Facebook group for privacy that's just the pros. There's some community, there's some accountability, there's a theme to each month, because I realized people had a lot of curiosity about a lot of different things and not a lot of access to good information, right? There's a lot of airy fairy pie in the sky bullshit out there. There's a lot of it's just hard to get good information. That's all. I mean, the internet itself is only like 2 minutes old. So, you know, so I thought, well, I'm in a position to give good information, not about everything, but that's why I have an expert call. I bring in one of my expert friends every month to talk about things that I don't know about or to bring new light into things I do know about. And that's it. You know, you really want engagement. So what do people need? What will engage them? And how can you leverage things like social proof, the need to achieve? Like, can you give people gold stars? Can you, how do you want it to be? What are your values? And how can the membership site reflect your values? So that's where I would start with that kind of inquiry. Don't ask them what they want because they're not going to be able to tell you. Don't survey them. But you can ask them questions that will lead them to tell you the things that you'll then be able to discern what they want. Because like if I ask you guys, you guys do this all the time. I ask you what you want and you say, I just need a plan. I need a plan, I need a blueprint, I need a 14-step system, I need someone to show me what to do. If somebody just told me what to do, then I would just do it. Like, what's the plan? And I got to call bullshit. I'm like, you don't want a plan. First of all, there's 500 million plans out there. Like, just Google, how do I succeed in like a 15-step plan to succeed in business? And there's the, Small Business Association has one, SCORE has one, everybody has one. And you go, no, not that plan. no, that won't work for me. And like, I give you a plan, you turn it over, you start doodling on the back of it. Like, you don't want a plan. So what you need though is permission to trust yourself, good information, so working that inner and outer game. That's what I try to give. So if you're into this, you should apply for Pro. Application closed tomorrow, and then I'm doing interviews next week, and that's it. It'll open again later in the year, but I'll tell you, I have people all the time. If you're like, oh, I'll do this later, I'll do this some others, I'll do it in 6 months, I'll do it next year. I have, in the millions of years I've been doing this work, I've had so many people tell me that they're going to do it next time. And I don't think I have ever actually had that happen. People have sworn to me up and down on their mother's life, I'm enrolling in April. I'm going to do it this. I can't do it now, but I'm going to do it 6 months from now. And then they don't. Which is fine. I mean, I don't care if you enroll in this program or not. I want you to do the right thing for you. But I don't want you kidding yourself that there's a time other than now for you to do this work. Now is the time. Now is the right time. And can you hear the ego voice kicking in again? Well, but the circumstances, well, but the money, well, but I'm not ready. I don't know. Shh, sit. Be in the space of not knowing. Be in the space of not knowing. What invitation is in front of you right now? Whether it's my program or something else entirely, what invitation is in front of you right now? And how, and what is this compulsion to lie to it and say, I'll deal with you later, I'll be back later? No, now. The invitation is now. Invitations have expiration dates. Invitations have expiration dates. There will be another invitation. There's no shortage of invitations. There's no shortage of opportunities to change your life. Miracles happen every day. Once in a lifetime opportunities happen 57 times a day. But be clear. Yes, I'm doing this now. No, I am not doing this now. Take 100% responsibility for your decisions. You want to have a happier life? Take 100% responsibility for your life. You are not the victim self dies hard. We see that it's other people doing it to us. We see the circumstances that keep us stuck. How can you say it's all my fault? It's not, I mean, it's not all your fault. You don't cause everything. You don't have that kind of power. You're part of the net, remember? But you have 100% responsibility for how you respond to things. And this question of, like, how do I stop laying off? You know, the answer to why am I do this or why do I not do this is because I want to. That's the real answer. Why do I self-sabotage? Because you want to. Why do I not have enough money? Because you want to. You want to not have enough money. You're good with that. On some level, you're good with that. Why do I keep getting in the situation over and over again? Because you want to. So look at that. What do I want about it? What feels good? What feels comfortable? What's the clay suit that I'm willing to burst out of now? Good. How are you guys doing? You're being kind of quiet. I'm getting nervous. Keiko says, guys, at least just apply for the pro. You'll get so much out of the application. That's true. That's true. Just filling out the application is interesting. And then if you don't want to have an appointment, don't have an appointment. And she says, and of course you should do pro if you feel called to it. It made a huge difference for me. Thank you for saying that, honey. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, people have seen unbelievable, incredible. Keiko's made back her investment, I think, almost entirely from new work, you know. We had a couple of gallery shows. We've had people double their prices. We've had websites go up. We've had new clients come. We've had Leslie and her Peace Labyrinth. Someone had a dream of having a Peace Labyrinth at her church, and she's raised $60,000 and gotten all the concrete donated. All by herself in like 10 months. Okay. So yeah, apply for pro. Peyton says, not a question, but gratitude for exploring this with us. Looking forward to seeing how this moves us forward. Thank you, Peyton. Thank you for saying that. Kat says, I'm okay with being broke. Time to call the money puppy. Wagging tail and face licks. Exactly. Exactly. Good seeing, Kat. Good seeing. Good insight. Okay, John says, I don't have the money to hire stuff I don't like to do. I make just enough to pay my bills, and I have some problem clients that are taking a lot of my time, making it difficult for me to move forward into the art and new company I want to do. I was burned out and let things pile up. Now I'm working diligently to catch things up. I'm making progress. It just seems slow. Okay, John, this is, again, I'm just going to give you the tough love here because you're kidding yourself. First of all, there is a principle, a mathematical principle in the world called the 80-20 rule. It's called the Pareto principle, right? And you guys see this in action all the time. You wear 20% of your wardrobe, 80% of your time, 80% of the time. You, and any organization, 20% of the people do 80% of the work. You see it all the time, right? So, John, these problem clients you have, right? 80% of your income is coming from 20% of your clients. You can fire the bottom 80% of your list. You can fire those clients and not affect your income very much and free up a huge amount of time and energy. If nothing else, fire the bottom 20%. Just fire them. Say, I'm changing the direction of my business. It's been a pleasure working with you. we're going to wrap up and have our exit meeting on the, 15th of May. Just get them out, walk them off the gangplank. Bye, bye, bye. Time suck, energy, vampire, non-paying people, right? And then you get some new people in at double the price, double your prices. Add a 0 to your prices, 10x your prices. If you're not charging enough, that's on you. That's on you. Charge enough so that your business is sustainable. Charge enough so that you can hire somebody. And when you hire somebody, say, look, I need you to make your salary back this week. So you tell me what you're going to do to bring that money in. Are you going to chase down old accounts? Are you going to bring in new money? Are you going to streamline a process? Are you going to free me up so I can bring in new money? Like, what's the deal here? They've got to pay for themselves. It's a business, right? You can't use this I don't have the money excuse anymore. Where is the money? It's so much money. It's the money puppy is right here going, right? Like you say you dropped some things, that dropped some balls, that made some wrong turns. Fucking all of us. Hello? Everybody does that. What, you think I have a successful business because I did it perfectly all the time? No. You gotta, gotta show up. Business, what do you need of me? Where am I being asked to grow? And this, like, you sit in a corner and do your work, young man, like, whose voice is that? Sit down, be okay with not knowing. Breathe into it. This thing that you're resisting, this art you keep telling, you've been on like a bunch of things lately, kind of asking me the same question over and over again. Your creativity is calling you, do that thing. How many times does it need to knock at the door before? And you're like, no, I have to do this drudgery first. TaskRabbit, Fiverr, Upwork, Outwork, I don't know. There's somebody's neighbor kid. There's a million people in the world who are looking for work who will happily do the shit you don't want to do for very little money. And if you can pay them $20 an hour and you can go out and make 200, that's a pretty good deal. So you got to change your system. You got to change your thinking. You got to drop it. You got to drop this puritanical punishment story like a hot potato. All of you. Drop it like a hot potato. What is it? What are you punishing yourself with? What's the hot potato that you're like banging against your head? No, I can't. Bad me. Stop it. Be here now. Be on the side of the road. Be on the side of the road. Set it down. Set it down. Set down the idea that there's not enough. Set down the idea that the right people aren't there. Set down the idea that your clients that there's not enough clients, that you can't possibly get rid of the crappy clients. Of course you can. That there's not enough people to date, that there's not enough healthy organic food, that there's not enough babies, that there's not enough puppies, of course there is. Of course there is. So be curious. Where are they? If I didn't know, because I don't know, let me notice the not knowing. Let me notice. Notice the not knowing. And now I think the suggestions come up to you like a cat. I once said that marketing to clients, getting new clients was like catching a cat. Like, how do you catch a cat? You can't chase it. What happens when you chase a cat? They run away from you. And they can run faster and climb trees. You can't catch them. How do you get a cat? You put out a bowl of tuna. Let them come to you. You calm your energy. Because if you're crazy and there's tuna, they're still not going to come. You calm your energy. You level out your biorhythms, whatever that is, whatever that mental field is. You like quiet down so they can see you and trust you, so that you're present in the moment. Often that's enough. And if it's not, then put out some tuna. Veronica says, funny thing, I think I'm one of those people who said later, but I think it's now. Oh, Veronica, well, I think that would be very exciting. I would love to welcome you into this program. I've been holding a chair for you. It's true, for years. And then you can tell, I can drop the story that people don't come later when they say they will. So think how good that would be for both of us. Amy says, intern at the local community college. They work for free or super little. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe you need to pay super high money to super qualified people who are going to kill it and do great work much better than you ever would. I don't know. Yeah, John, we're getting some of the details of your stuff, so just make a private appointment with Leonore, and she'll straighten your shit out. Get some private coaching, enroll in pro, like get some help. Get some help, because your best thinking, okay, dude. So I've been prepping this interview series that I'm doing. You'll see it next month. But it's all about entrepreneurship. I've been interviewing all these people who are all super successful in different kinds of ways, very unique kinds of ways. It's going to be really exciting to see. Every single one of them has said the exact same thing. No, every single one of them has said very different things. But the one thing that they have all said without any prompting from me is get a coach. Get a coach, get a community. Get a coach, get a community. Get a mentor or a teacher or a coach that you trust, that you love, that you admire, that's on your side, who has done what it is you want to do, who has actually had the results in their life that they can show you, actual demonstrable results. They've published books, they have six-figure businesses, they've got the train, like they've done it for real, whatever it is you want to do, and pay them whatever they want. Because again, this is the thing everybody said, like, I invested more money in coaching and mentoring than, like, you know, it was less than an MBA, but it was more than my car. And everybody said I would do it twice again. Because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Your best thinking has gotten you to here. This is what you know how to do. The circumstances of your life right now, this is what you know how to do. This is what you know how to create. Good job. You're doing great. We love you. You're doing great. We love you. You've done amazing things. You've accomplished incredible things. You've lived through so much. Unthinkable shit has happened, and you have totally lived through it. Good on you. But if you want something different, we learn by modeling. You need to be with somebody who's done it. And you need to be in community with other people who are doing it. And whether that's with me or with somebody else, I don't care. But you must find someone. It has to be your number one priority for whatever it is you want to change. If you want to become more sexually empowered, if you want to have a stronger, healthier body, if you want to have a stronger, healthier bank account, you want to grow your business, you want to be more creatively fulfilled, whatever that growth is, you need to find the person, give them the money, and do what they tell you to do, because you don't know. Your best thinking has gotten you to here. And again, it's that need to know, that need to be right, that, oh, I think I can do it myself. I think I know what I need to do. I just need to make myself do it. Bullshit. Bullshit. You don't. You don't know what you need to do, and you don't know how to make yourself do it. And believe me, when it's the right thing, you don't have to make yourself do it. You do it automatically. It blooms like a flower. It doesn't need to be forced. You don't need to push yourself. You don't need more discipline. You need more desire. I said this other thing the other day. It was so good I wrote it down. You don't need more discipline. You need more desire. And now I'm feeling my need to be right. I'm so right. Okay. Let me check on Facebook and see if there's any questions. Okay, Joanne says, are the people in your group all people who have done it, or are they struggling like we are? Yeah, no. There's people at all levels in this group. There's people who are in the still dreaming stage. There's people who are like, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't really know where I'm going. Like, they have a job, or they don't have a job. Like, they're figuring it out. Some people have succeeded at one thing, but now they're trying to do something else. But new level, new devil. The terror barrier doesn't just happen once. Surprise. It happens over and over again. So it almost doesn't matter, what your level is, because the issues are the same. I was talking to somebody who's a CEO of a company that several hundred millions of dollars in revenue, and he's dealing with the same shit I'm dealing with. Different level, different decimal point, but same stuff. So yeah, no, it's for, that's why I do it this way. That's why I do it this way. Because I don't have a 14-step plan, right? A 14-step plan is good for if you want to do that thing. And there's a lot of coaches and teachers out there who do that. They're like, here, let me show you how to build the business I built. But I don't want to show you how to build the business I built. First of all, it's not 2009 anymore. The things that worked 10 years ago for me building my business aren't going to work right now. Second of all, I'm not you, right? I want you to put somebody, this just happened in the group and it made me so happy. One of the women had been struggling with marketing. She's been doing things, seeing some results, next right action. And then something I said 4 months ago connected with something I said last week inside of her mind in a new way. And she had this huge insight, this huge aha. And I'm like, this is what I love. This is what I love. When you guys get enough, we start to rewire your thinking a little bit. I give you the X-ray vision into how the world actually works, what reality actually is. And then you put it together in your way for your life, for your business, for your temperament, for your clients, for your work, for your joy. I don't want to be able to predict what your success looks like. I've never said that before. I don't think I've ever had that thought before. I don't want to be able to predict what your success looks like. I don't want to say your success looks like a 6-figure business because it may not. Or a 7-figure business or an 8-figure business or a 15-figure business. I don't care. I want you, it's like, what's the for dinner question? I want you to make the dinner you want. So I'll talk to you about how a stove works and what different ingredients do. And then you put it together the way you want. That's how I teach. And that's why what I do is like impossible to sell. Like all I can do is try to talk about it authentically and have people who are down like do it. So apply, make the appointment to talk to me next week, or Leonore, you'll talk to one of the two of us. If you're lucky, it's Leonore because frankly, she's smarter than me. So, you'll talk to one of the two of us. Okay. I don't know what time it is, 11:30. All right, we'll just keep going until I can't talk anymore. Charging money for spiritual programs can sometimes seem a little too secular and not godly. How do you process through that? Okay, that's you having an opinion about things being separate. They're not separate, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Stop thinking that some things are godly and some things aren't. All things are godly. All things are godly. Renee says, how do I do spiritual improv for myself and business, which means for my sexual trauma survivor clients? Well, Renee, how do you do spiritual improvisation for your own? I'd start small. It's not for sissies. I couldn't have done this even a year ago. I don't think I could have done it. Because you really have to be willing to share everything. You have to be willing to say the truth in a way that you are not going to want to say the truth. And you've got to have a community of people who are mature enough to hear it. Like you guys. So I might start very small. I maybe start with a little prayer at the beginning or a little prayer at the end. And then but really just sit back on your heels, get yourself into the right space, trust, step out in faith. We have faith in you. We know you can do it. but you're really going to have to give up the need to be right. You're really going to have to give up the need to be smart. You're really going to have to give up the need to be polished. You're really going to have to give up the need to not offend people. You're really going to have to give up the need to, you know, all that stuff. You know, when I started, I would do my teleclasses and I would time them out. I would practice. I wrote everything out. I timed it. At 107, I say this. At 112, I say this. 115, I say this. And over time, I got better and better at it so that I didn't need to map it out so much. I could kind of just outline. And now sometimes I don't even do that. And then I finally got to the place where I could just show up and talk like I do now. But it's taken me a long time. So I would go slow. Here's Chester, my spiritual teacher. But good for you for trying it. I think you should absolutely try it. Have your people try it too. See what happens. Rhonda says, how do I keep my heart and soul on creating a business when my 9-to-5 takes so much energy? Yeah. Be careful what you spend all day doing because you'll get good at it. And it really does. It takes a huge amount of energy to have a regular job. And it's very, very challenging to create something in addition to that. So again, you got to take really good care of yourself. If you're going to do it, if you're going to do that, and I get it that sometimes you have to, you need to not burn out, right? So you need to be fed, showered, rested, yogaed or stretched or whatever, you know. You need to take really good care of yourself so that you have the energy, so that your body has the physical energy. And again, I'm a big fan of 15 minutes a day. That's the promise of the 365 Club Pros, 10K in 15 minutes a day. And I don't mean that like, I've got a magical system where you can make $10,000 in just 15 minutes a day. I've seen people do it. I've done it. But I'm not saying you want to do it. What the promise of that statement is, what is your 10K? What do you want to create, right? You know, do you want to take 10,000 deep breaths? Do you want to get 10,000 words out? Do you want to write 10,000 books? Do you want to make $10,000 a week, an hour, a month, a year, over 10 years, whatever? And what is the 15-minute a day structure that supports you in that? Like, what is the tiniest, easiest step that you can do right now? So stop thinking there's going to be a perfect time. Stop thinking that you're going to suddenly wake up one day feeling all inspired and confident and energized, because it's not going to happen. You have to say no to things. You have to say no to important things. You have to say no to things that are going to piss other people off. But start small, you know, start with, if it's a teaching, coaching thing, like have a little Saturday afternoon workshop in your house or in somebody else's house. Charge $100 and see how it goes. You know, it's about getting your product out there. Just take it, put it on a table, like bring it out into the world and see what happens. Start charging for things. If you want to grow a business, start charging for things. Join Pro. I guess that's what I really say. That's what I'd say. Join Pro. How to find or approach investors. Investors are like cats. So you get right. You do all your homework. You research them. Find out who they are. Talk to them. Quiz them. Question them. What do they want? What is their agenda? What are they interested in? What satisfies them? People get all, when people are looking for investors, they get all like, oh, it's about me. It's about me. It's not about you. It's about them. And investors only like to invest in certain kinds of things. You may not have an investable business. You know, I don't really have an investable business because I don't have a process, because I don't have a 14-step plan, right? We're working on it, but yeah, you approach them the same way you approach trying to find somebody to marry or trying to find a good podiatrist. Like you start asking questions, you find the people you vibe with, do your homework. Stay in the space on the side of the road. Stay in the space on the side of the road. What happens if you stay in the space by the side of the road? And see the investors, see the partners, the strategic partners, the JV partners. John, that may be something you want to do too, is bring in a partner. Yeah, my intuition is that they're there. Sharon, those investors are there. They're possible for you. So pick a few. I don't know if you want venture capital or what kind of investors you're looking for. It's a big project. It's a big project finding investors, and it's a complicated situation to be working with other people's money. But it's certainly possible. Nauman, how to create a conscious business? That's a great question. Create a conscious business. Like, bring your consciousness to your business at every point. Like, somebody says, well, what's your return policy? Like, well, what's the conscious return policy? When I say satisfaction guaranteed or your money cheerfully refunded, Jesus and I had to have a couple of long talks about that. And the first time somebody took me up on it, I freaked out. I cried. Oh my God, I cried. Because I wanted to be good. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be respected. I wanted everybody to think how great I was. The idea that somebody would ask for a refund, I was devastated. But I gave her her money back right away. No questions asked. But you really have to be okay with it. If I really want to trust that people know what they're doing, and that I don't need their money, that there's plenty of money, I don't need that money. And here's what weird, that first person who asked for their money back, I still remember this. She'd done the whole program, said she wanted her money back. I gave her her money back. And then she wrote me another email saying how much she had enjoyed the program. And I was like, really? And I think what had happened was she was getting a divorce, and I think she just decided she needed the money back. And again, this is why, when you're a CEO, you have to think differently. Like, the world goes like, well, that's not right. That's not right. She shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have given back to her. But by the side of the road, I'm loving this image of by the side of the road. You go, it's fine. It's fine. She thinks she needs that money back. Fine. I don't need it. I did, of course. I had no money. I had nothing. But I gave it back. I know there's plenty. So yeah, you just look at every possible thing. Like, how can I do this consciously? How can I make this so? The question I think is most fruitful is, how can I make this a win-win-win-win-win-win-win? So how can I make this good for me, good for the business, good for the clients, good for the clients' families, good for the parking guy, good for the environment, good for the hotel, good for the clothing manufacturer, good for everybody? How do I make this good for the whole community? And when you're doing things that have a win-win-win-win-win-win-win, it's really easy to get other people to say yes. It's really easy to, it's just easy to make, it just makes it a lot easier to make decisions when you stop thinking of things as a zero-sum game and start looking at the whole ecosystem. June says, this question may not be for you. Oh, but clearly it is. But I'm seeking God's guidance on a matter. My girlfriend, who has more money than me, has asked me to join her on a Norway cruise, but it will cost me over $5,000 that I don't have in my slush fund. If I take it out of savings, I don't have the income right now to replace it. However, she's a great travel companion, and I may never get another opportunity like this. If I had her income, I would definitely go. So it is a matter of the money, but isn't money the easiest problem to solve in this universe? There's plenty of it. It's just a matter of getting myself in the flow of it. Yeah, okay. So I think you answered your own question there, June. But one of the decisions I made, and again, this is where you start to think differently, is to never do anything because of the money, or not do something because of the money. So I never do anything because it's such a great deal or it's so cheap, and I never do anything because I never don't do something because I think it's too expensive. The question is only, do I want it? Will it work? Like, I don't even look at price tags in clothing stores anymore. I just pick up what I think I like and I put it on, and if I love it, then I buy it, and if I don't love it, then I don't buy it. Because I used to be such a bargain shopper. Like, I shopped in thrift stores. I still like to shop in thrift stores, but just because it's fun, not because I need to. And I believe in repurposing things. Yeah, I was always like, oh, but it's, it's marked down. It's $30. It used to be $300 and now it's only $30. It's such a great deal. I should buy it. Not if you're not going to love it. Not if you're not going to wear it. Not if it doesn't light you up every time you look at it. That's not a good use of $30. I don't care how much it was to begin with. And when you learn about anchoring and priming, which is a principle in pricing, you'll get less attached to that, like, oh, but it's worth $300. No, it's not. They just said it was. Anyway, what it's worth is $30, which is what you're about to pay for it. That's the value. That's the value of it. So yeah, so I just, if I love it, I wear it. It doesn't matter how much it is, because I love it and I wear it and it lights me up inside. If I don't love it, then I don't get it. So yeah, I would never not do something for $5,000. You know, do you really want to be on your deathbed at St. Peter's going, oh, thank goodness I didn't spend that $5,000? It's not like if you don't spend it, you're going to have an extra $5,000 at the end of the year. The money's going to go somewhere. Eventually the money will go somewhere. So decide, you know, and if you need to bring the money in, then bring the money in. $5,000 isn't that much to bring in. You can do it. Go on the cruise. It'll be fun. You'll have a great time. All right, I'm going to put in the apply here. I'm putting on this website again because I really want you to do this. 365 Pro. Oh, look, and here's Cooper. All the kitties are coming. All the kitties are coming. How you guys doing? Are you exhausted? I'm getting a little tired. Crystal says maybe going on the cruise is a money-making possibility. That's a great attitude, Crystal. How can I make this cruise pay for itself? Bennett asked, where have you seen real magic and effect in the lives of your clients? Where have I not seen real magic? I mean, there's a great story on the private page. Let's see, how can I tell this without violating someone's privacy? She had a bunch of artwork, and we had talked about how she had been keeping it locked up in the basement. Like, I was like, you're a kidnapper, which cracked her up. Like, I was, because she was shy. She was shy about pricing it. She didn't know where to go, how to sell it, blah, blah, who would buy it, blah, 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 where to start. And I'm like, you're a kidnapper. You've got these beautiful works of art kidnapped, tied up in your basement. That's wrong. So there was a whole thing. She ended up finding she was visiting somebody or something and had some pieces, and like she had a physical problem, like she normally would like want to hide, but no, she went anyway. And the gallery owner was really dismissive and like, okay, fine, I'll look at your thing, whatever. And the minute she revealed the art, the gallery was like, do you have more pieces and can they be ready by December 15th? Like that. She got a gallery show in about 12 seconds. So yeah, I see magic all the time, but I see magic when people make decisions and take actions. That's when I see magic. All the time. What just happened the other day? Yeah, the way to prevent, I mean, it's hard. I think it's harder to not see magic. I think it's harder to prevent magic. You want to prevent magic, do the same thing every day, keep believing the negative thoughts in your head, and believe the voice of the world. The minute you stay in this sitting by the side of the road thing, stay in the doing nothing, stay in the not knowing, stay in what's the easiest possible, stupidest thing I could do next. Money is a puppy. Like it takes extreme mental discipline, but that's the only discipline, that you just have to not think those other things. It's not discipline like I got to go run 10 miles. It's discipline like just don't think that thing. Crystal says, her program saved my life. She says, helped me through a couple of personal events, the passing of my mother and learning to manage my health when I found out I was a type 2 diabetic. So it's more than your business. It's about your life. Crystal, you're making me ruin my mascara, girl. It's true. Crystal signed up for this program when it was in its earlier incarnation, and you should come back, Crystal. You should come into pro. But she Yeah, she started out thinking that she was going to grow this business, and then like, man, life just went boom, boom, boom. She had a bunch of personal stuff happen all at once. And she used the principles of the program, the principles of marketing and business building, the principles of pricing, the principles of communication, the principle, like she used it to manage her grief, walk through the process of dealing with all this estate shit and all this other stuff. I hope you don't mind me saying all this, Crystal. And then she lost 50 pounds or something. And I'm like, that's not part of the program. But she was 15 minutes a day. She started walking every day. She says she doesn't mind because it's true. That's sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share your story. But it was super inspirational. She showed up at everything. She just doubled down on the program like crazy. She was at every call. She took every note. She like showed up for herself, not for me, for herself. She stayed engaged with herself. You know, we're talking about, you know, creating ads. She's not buying ads, but like, okay, but what am I offering? What am I communicating? Who am I trying to like deal, like, this is what I say about X-ray vision, right? Crack it open. What's inside? What's the truth? The truth is the truth no matter what. Apparently it's grooming time. That's beautiful though, Crystal. Thank you for saying that. That's really moving. She says, I have more clarity. I know the next thing is business. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready for sure. You're all ready, by the way. You're all ready. If you're having that I'm not ready feeling, that's bullshit. That's some weird tick or burr or something that's attached to itself. Just, you're not going to feel ready. None of us feel ready. Nobody feels ready. Nobody. But you're ready. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready. Of course you're ready. Of course you're ready. How has your program changed from its earlier incarnation? Like I said, it's a lot more streamlined. It's just a lot easier to deliver. So it's just a call every week. That's it. There's no other. And then, like I said, I pretty much grandfather into pretty much everything else that I do. So there's, and you get access to my whole library of programs. So if you want, turn your wisdom into workshops, or if you want, write great emails, there's stuff I don't teach anymore that's in there. Keiko found this marketing mentorship thing that I did for 6 months, like 4 or 5 years ago. I had totally forgotten that I'd even done it. And she was like, I'm listening to these recordings. This shit is gold. I'm like, oh, good. Yay. So if you want, I don't want to overwhelm you with content. So it's all there if you want it. It's also changed because the old program, it was a 10-month curriculum, and I sort of, walked people through the same curriculum every year. Now it's a different subject every month. So we've done writing and publishing, we've done events and retreats, we've done speaking, we've done following up with people, we've done intuition, inner guidance. Next month is sales. Sales, sales, sales. Bring the money in the door. Sales, sales, sales. Sales, sales, sales. People think they don't love sales. You love sales. Sales is your puppy. You love sales. So that's what we're going to focus on next month. What else? I was just talking to, we're going to do like more on magic intuition stuff in the summer. Video. We're going to talk about video. So each month has a theme. And so I teach the first session of the month, then the expert call, then there's a open Q&A, ask Sam anything call. Then there's small group accountability with some of the other people in the group. And there's people all over the world in this program. We've got Roxana in Peru who makes things out of paper. She makes beautiful, huge paper installations and dresses out of paper. And she teaches people how to make journals and how to make paper. And she just had her first 10K month. How about that for magic in your business? Out of paper in Peru. She's in Lima, Peru. She's making 10 grand a month with paper. It can be done. What else? I had a woman on the program one time who was a holistic animal care in New Zealand, like pigs and cows. I'm like, if it works for the holistic animal pig and cow woman in New Zealand, I think it can work for you. How can someone tell if she's showing up for herself? How can you tell if you're showing up for yourself? You keep your promises to yourself. You're not constantly yelling at yourself. I remember a conversation I had with my mom one time, because I was so broke and I was so depressed. I was so unhappy in my marriage. I was so unhappy in my life. I wanted to be a successful actor so much, more than anything. I had sacrificed everything and done just well enough to not quit, but not well enough, not well enough. And I was so tired of struggling. I was so tired of being furious with myself. And finally, I just said, I choose peace. It's more important to me to be peaceful than it is for me to be right. It's more important for me to be peaceful than it is for me to be a successful actor. It's more important for me to be peaceful than it is for me to be married. It's more important for me to be peaceful than it is for me to be pretty or thin or clever or funny. Like, I have to make choosing peace the most important thing. And that's a minute to minute thing, right? That's not a, you do it and then you're like, oh, then it was all, smooth sailing from there on in. It's a minute to minute decision. Every minute, this is what I mean by mental discipline. Every minute, is this a peaceful thought? Is this a peaceful thought? Is this a peaceful action? Is this a peaceful thought? Is this a peaceful action? If it wasn't, then I didn't do it. And now I have a 6-figure business and I live by the beach. So it was a magical transformation. Let me show you around my fabulous place. Oh, and there's Roxana. She's here. Hi. I was just talking about you. She's probably like, I know, I heard you. She says, what's the URL site for the papercraft lady in Peru? I want to learn more about how to make magical items from paper. Roxana, what's your website? I can't remember. Yeah, she's amazing. You should definitely get on her website and get on her mailing list for sure. Okay. All right. I'll keep going for as long as I can keep going. We'll see. I'm kind of running out of steam here, but yeah, if you haven't applied yet, you should. Let me put it in the chat for the other thing, 365 Pro. And again, like Keiko said, just even just answering the questions is fun. These questions is fun. I'm putting it there, and I'm going to put it in the Facebook chat as well. It's Roxana. Oh, there she is. She says, hi, everyone. RoxanaRamos.com. So RoxanaRamos.com. RoxanaRamos.com. That's her name, and that's her website. Here, let me see if I can copy it. Yeah, if any of you pros want to share your stuff, you're welcome to. So that's the paper lady in Peru. The paper lady. It's your new name. Good. Okay. I can't believe so many of you are still here. You crazy people. All right. This is a fun experiment. I'm kind of into this. This is fun. Okay. We answered that one. Oh, look, we're practically at the end. Is that right? Oh, no, not quite. Morna says, how do you do when you should release a part of your business? And do you just say, I quit you? Or do you make plans to ease it out? Well, what do you know? Writing the question just helped clarify. Yeah, I bet you probably know that already. So yeah, again, just get quiet, go deep, take the next right action, next right action, next right action, next right action. But it's fine to let parts of your business go. In the same way that it's fine to have parts of your business that you know want to grow, but just you're like, it's just sitting there in the greenhouse. Like, I'll get to you, you'll grow, it's fine. Nancy says, there's a lot of drama in my life right now. It seems to follow me in my life. No matter how I try to keep it out, it finds its way back in, and it's been building for a while. As usually happens, the drama is accompanied by choices, real, big, life-changing choices. There's two ways of looking at the drama, either as a wake-up, shake-up for me, the universe telling me I'm not supposed to live a small, calm life, or as a test to see what I'm made of. Will I compromise? Not always a bad thing, right? I mean, we all have to get along, accept and go with the flow. Okay, so Nancy, if there's a lot of drama in your life, and there's always been a lot of drama in your life, guess what? That's not life. That's you. You are the drama in your life. You are the drama in your life. My beloved Luke, some of you know Luke. Luke grew up in the UK. He grew up in South London. And there was an ad on television when he was young that made a deep impression on him. It's for an insurance company. And the insurance company's, their little tag on the ad said, "We won't make a drama out of your crisis. We won't make a drama out of your crisis." And Luke like really internalized that message. And I have to say, of the many, many things I love about him, one of it is that when there is a seeming crisis, you know, everything from a flat tire to a, you know, major health episode to major financial things, family things, all kinds of things. When a crisis presents itself, he gets calmer. He gets kinder. And he's already pretty calm and kind, but he gets calmer, he gets kinder, he slows down, he gets more and more grounded. Like he de-dramas in the best possible way. He becomes like this rock. It's amazing to see. So I invite you into the possibility that big changes, big choices doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to have a lot of drama attached to it. You know, I've been divorced twice, and both times people are like, "You are having the most loving, amicable divorce of all time. Like you're having a fairy tale divorce." I'm like, I am. I'm having a fairy tale divorce. Because I stay on the side of the road. I don't get caught up. I stay focused. I keep my eye on the truth. And the truth was, we loved each other and couldn't stay married anymore. It didn't need to be dramatic. So we could stay friends. We could keep our friends together. We still have mutual friends. Nobody had to pick. That would be horrible. It was bumpy. There was definitely bumps. Like, don't get me, like, we're not saints. But you can change jobs, change towns, change careers, change your shoes, change whatever you want to change. And I don't think it's a choice between going with the flow and staying calm and compromising and having a big, interesting life. I think those things can be together. See, I'm getting more questions. I'm sure many have heard the tale of Jim Carrey writing himself $1 million check as an actor before he made it big. What's the one thing that makes the difference in people being able to make those huge promises to oneself? I don't know. Daily steps, step by step, step by step. Light a candle, say a prayer, take a step. Light a candle, say a prayer, take a step. There's no, I mean, you know, the universe doesn't know from $1 million to a penny. You know, the angels don't know decimal points. There's not a difference between keeping the promise to yourself to, you know, honor a friend's birthday than there is to build $1 million business. I mean, you just do the thing, right? And like I said, the people I know who run huge companies who have big careers. I was just interviewing a celebrity yesterday. And his life looks a lot like your life and my life. I mean, he gets up, he has breakfast, he, you know, takes his kids to school, he goes, he shoots his big television show, he comes home, he, you know, it's like, he just does the work. Jim Carrey did the work. He did the fucking work. Jerry Seinfeld does the work. He shows up every day, does the work, X on the calendar, every day, every day, every day. Nima says, how do I cultivate more patience especially when dealing with people, prospects, clients, loved ones, etc., who don't learn or take action as quickly as I do? Yeah, that's a good question. I have two answers for you, Nima. One is, it's not them that needs more patience. I mean, it's not, you can't wait on other people to take action. You have to take action. So if you're needing action, then take action. If you need more clients, if you need more prospects, go get them. If you need to bring them in the door, go bring them in the door. On the other hand, it's absolutely one of the hardest things about having a business where you're trying to help people is people will say to you, I need help. They'll say, I really need help. I really need your help. And then you show up. Like, I always think of it like I'm standing there with a casserole in my hand and I'm ringing the doorbell with my elbow. I'm like, come here. I got help. I got casserole. I can help you. You got to just open the door. Just let me in. And I can hear them inside going, I need help. I'm so hungry. I wish someone would help me. And I'm like, yeah, get up, answer the door. Put on pants, answer the door. Like, let me in. I can help you. I believe I can help you. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see people tell you what they want. You know it's possible for them. Everything you want is possible for you. I see it right in front of you. It's right in front of you. It's not, you don't have to be a different person. It's not a long way away. It's not expensive. It's not, you can do it. Like, it's right there. I swear to God, it's right there. I see it for you. And then to have them say, well, it's not the right time. Well, I can't afford it. Well, my spouse doesn't. Well, I'm already doing this other thing. Well, and they get to. That's their choice. So I say, okay, walk on. I'll be here. Call if you want me. I can't want your success for you more than you want your success. I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. And I'm not responsible for your success. I'm not responsible for Roxana's success. I'm not responsible for Crystal's success, for Keiko's. I didn't do that. They did the work on that. I helped create the container. I helped give them some information. I helped, keep the light on, hold the vision for them when they couldn't hold it for themselves. I'm not responsible for you. I'm responsible to you. And it's why I push sometimes. I'm like, I want for you what you keep telling me you want for yourself. And it's going to make you uncomfortable, and it's going to cost you money you think you don't have, and it's going to cause you to do things you didn't think you wanted to do. That's how change happens. You have to do things differently. So yeah, it's about really giving people the free, but it's also ego. This was the other thing I had to give up. Was like, I had to give up my big fucking idea that I really know what's best for people. You know what's best for you, right? You want to walk on, walk on. It's not right for you, not right for you. You want to hang on to the belief you can't afford it, then hang on to the belief you can't afford it. I don't know better than you do. Yeah. What are your favorite non-business podcasts you listen to daily or weekly? I don't listen to non-business podcasts. Everything I listen to is a business podcast. I listen to How You Built This. I listen to Tim Ferriss. I listen to Seth Godin. I listen to, oh no, that's not true. I listen to Harry Potter and the Sacred Text. I love them. And my friend Linda Sievertson has the Beautiful Writers podcast, which is still kind of about business for me because I'm a writer. So that's the answer to that question. Oh, and when I'm with Luke, we'll listen to a lot of the British, like Just a Minute, or some of the panel shows, some of the British panel shows. We listen to some of those sometimes in the car. Good. Oh, Julia's here. Hi, Julia. Nice to see you. Okay. Good. So you saw it. Okay, good. All right. We're getting to the end of the questions, so for reals. Yep, we answered that one. Yeah, see, look, we're on the last page. There's only 3 more. Yay. Joanne says, what is my Jewel Y essence transformation for my bookkeeping business? Joanne, I think the question is the answer. I think the fact that you have a bookkeeping business that has a jewel, that has a Y, that has a transformation is the transformation. And I think the more you use those words when you're talking to people or marketing your business, the better you're going to do. So if you say, I'm looking for people, for business owners who understand that the flow of money is the jewel in their business, that they can transform their business and their lives and the lives of the people they serve with better bookkeeping. That's what I do. That's who I serve. That's an incredibly unique and powerful statement and a great corner of the market to have. And again, you want to make sure, because you want to attract people who value bookkeeping in that way. And you can charge whatever you want for that. You can charge whatever you want for that. I don't care what the going rate is, because you're not offering the going rate of bookkeeping systems. Somebody wants the going rate, they can go find that person. They want a transformation, they want a jewel, they want you, and they'll pay what it's worth to them, what it's worth to them. Deborah says, I'm having to start my life from scratch financially and work-wise after the emotionally devastating loss of a loved one. Feeling sad, stuck and uncertain, but need to move forward and not sure how to do that. Yeah, you know, those times we get stripped completely naked and left on the top of the mountain, right? You're not who you thought you were. You thought this person was with you, they're not with you. You thought you had this financing in order, you don't. You thought you knew where things were going, you were wrong. You don't know. It's incredibly sad. And I'm sorry. But it also happens to every single person all the time. So it's survivable. And in fact, it's a great moment of transformation, right? So again, we sit down by the side of the road, we set down the bundle of the person I think I am, that person I thought I was. I say, what's next? Show me what's next. Show me who to serve today. Show me how to show up today. And it's a great time to just light a match, see what burns. Everything's already burned down. Might as well burn the rest of it down. Get out of the relationships that don't nourish you. Stop the habits that you know you've been wanting to stop for a while. Just stop. You know, the last time that happened to me, I took a look at my relationship with food. I'd been counting calories since I was 11 years old. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm over it. I'm just going to eat what I eat when I eat it. I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of obsessing about it. I'm tired of feeling good or bad depending on what I eat. Like, fuck it. I'm just going to eat what I eat. And if I eat, you know, baguettes and brie every meal for a year, then that's what I do. And it took some, like, I kept having to coach myself through it. I kept having to be like, that's right, I don't obsess about food anymore. I just do it. And like nothing changed. I mean, my body didn't change. I might have actually lost a little weight. I don't have a scale, so I don't know. But, you know, so if there's stuff like that that's been torturing you for a long time, just fuck it. Get, you know, open yourself up. You're in a great space for a miracle. You're in a great space for a miracle because you really don't know, because you know you don't know. You know you don't know. So just stay open. Stay open. I'm sorry, but it's good. You'll believe me. It's going to be good. Just see. Okay, good. Last question. How do you make plans and go forward and stay in tune with spirit? It's from Michelle. Yeah, you pray without ceasing, right? That's what Paul says. Pray without ceasing. So we pray when we make the list. We pray when we take the action. When I'm about to make a phone call, I pray before I make the phone call. Before I send out an email to you all, I pray over it. Like you just make it the habit. I get in the car, I pray. I'm about to go to a meeting, I pray. I put on an outfit, I'm like, does this outfit look right? Check with Jesus. Okay, let's go. Like I say Jesus, I don't really mean Jesus, but you know what I mean. Yeah, you just make that your habit, your discipline. It's mental discipline. Involve spirit in everything you do. There's nothing that it can be without spirit. So stay in the truth. All right. We've been at this for 2 hours. Let's see. Where are you on the top 5 goals you created for yourself 1 January? Did I create 5 goals for myself on January 1st? I don't think I did. I would be surprised if I did. I don't usually do that. But we're doing good on the goals for the Organized Artist Company. We've checked a lot of things off the list so far. And yeah, it's going great. Thanks for asking. Found out about your work by listening to Start Right Where You Are on Hoopla. Thanks for the extra content on your site. Oh, my pleasure. Good. Oh, I'm so glad you listened to it. That's great. I love doing the audio version of those books. So thank you for joining the community. I'm glad you're here. Good. All right. Any other questions? Anything else? I'm going to pray us out. Whew, you guys. All right. Apply for 365 Club Pro today, because I'm closing the application tomorrow and it's not going to open again. I don't know if I'm going to open it again this year or not. I just don't know. We'll see. Wendy says, thank you so much for your wonderful insights and sharing so honestly. My pleasure, Wendy. My pleasure. All right, let's just do one more breath. You ready? Let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for doing this with me. I love you. You're doing great.